Welcome to Golden Halal Habits, where I wear powerful Islamic remainder to uplift your soul. Part 7 of the Hadith. Certainly. The Hadith, "The world is a prison for the believer and a paradise for the disbeliever," is a profound statement of the Prophet Muhammad that carries immense meaning for the life and mindset of a believer. This is one of those ahadith that strikes at the very heart of our understanding of life, suffering, and purpose. It reminds us that if you are a true believer, if your heart longs for Allah and your soul aches for the hereafter, then this world, no matter how beautiful, will always feel like a prison. But why would the Prophet describe this world, full of mountains, oceans, relationships, laughter, families, and blessings, as a prison for the believer? The answer lies not in the physical form of the dunya, but in its limitations. For the believer, this world is filled with restraints, the restraint of desires, the restraint of ego. The restraint of the soul which longs for Jannah but is locked in a world where sin is easy and truth is heavy. The believer is someone who cannot act freely without first asking, "Is Allah pleased with this?" He cannot indulge in wealth without fearing arrogance or miserliness. He cannot stare at beauty without lowering his gaze. He cannot respond to oppression with rage unless it is within the limits of justice. He cannot follow his desires like the disbeliever who sees this world as the only life, the only chance to live to the fullest. The believer holds himself back, disciplines himself, guards his heart, and constantly fights the lower self, the nafs, to obey Allah, even when it's difficult. In this way, this life becomes a form of prison. A prison of patience, struggle, and longing for what lies beyond. But let us not misunderstand, this prison is not a punishment. No, it is a gift, a mercy. Just like a doctor may restrict a patient from eating what they love to protect them from disease, Allah restricts the believer from the temptations of this world to preserve their akhirah. The disbeliever, on the other hand, lives without those spiritual restraints. They eat as they wish, spend as they wish, dress as they wish, speak as they wish, and live their life without thought of accountability. And so for them, this dunya is like Jannah, the only one they will ever taste. This is why the believer often suffers in this world, not because Allah has forgotten them, but because they are in training. Every hardship is a polish for the soul. Every tear cried in sujood is recorded. Every temptation resisted is a gem in their crown in the hereafter. The believer's trials are not signs of rejection, but signs of elevation. Just as a prisoner in a cell dreams of freedom, the believer longs for the day when the prison bars of this world are lifted and they enter Jannah, a place with no death, no pain, no fear.